The 10 best restaurants in Miami right now. The culinary capital of South Florida has outstanding Cuban and Caribbean cuisine, of course, but also world-class Japanese, Italian, Ethiopian and more. In the Where to Eat, 10 Best series, we are highlighting our favorite restaurants in cities across the United States. First one, Amelia's 1931. West Kendall, Cuban Korean Peruvian. Eileen Andrade grew up as Cuban restaurant royalty. Her grandparents founded Islas Canarias, which remains the pinnacle of great Cuban food in Miami, down to their jamon croquetas. 10 years ago, she created a casual standby for the restaurant-starved western suburbs with Finca, where she introduced the flavors of other cultures, Peruvian, Korean, into traditional Cuban dishes. Last year, she opened Amelia's 1931 as an elegant, sit-down restaurant, named and styled after her chic grandmother. Yes, it's in a strip mall. Ignore the facade disguised to look like a dry cleaner. Open the door, step through the hanging racks of clothes, and into a golden lighted room. Walls are hand-painted, and lettering is done in gold leaf. A jazz trio plays for diners sipping craft cocktails. Ms. Andrade experiments with a more robust and experimental menu here, like Lomo Saltado Risotto, vegetarian Boniato Gnocchi, Katsu-style chicharrones and juicy, tender mojo chicken. Second one, Avash, Miami Gardens, Ethiopian. Eka Wassel and her husband, Fouad, opened the only Ethiopian restaurant in Miami-Dade County 7 years ago on the Miami Gardens side of a mixed community of African immigrants, primarily Nigerian. And it happens to be great. Ms. Wassel oversees the kitchen, and Mr. Wassel is the face of the dining room. Start with crispy meat or lentil sambusas and head right toward the taste of Avash, a bright mandala of flavors that includes meat dishes like a rich chicken doro wat and a vegetarian shiro. They're served with a pyramid of sour tangy injera bread. Finish with the Ethiopian coffee service. Pair it with, somewhat unexpectedly, the Matilda Rich chocolate cake, a decadent wedge of self-care, made daily. Third one, Café La Trova. Little Havana, Cuban. Café La Trova is the classic Miami Cuban experience distilled into one bright night out. Julio Cabrera, who grew up above his father's speakeasy in Cuba, brought Cantinero cocktail culture with him to Little Havana. He and his fellow bartenders stylishly toss and twirl expertly balanced cocktails, then dance in rhythm when the nightly live band leads them in Cuban oldies. The chef Michelle Bernstein came on to design a classic Cuban menu with her expert touches. Her Spanish-style creamy croquetas in fig jam are a trademark. The Cuban sandwich empanadas with house-roasted pork check every box. Pork masitas and a whole fried snapper round out the experience. Save conversations for breaks between music sets. You might find yourself dancing between the tables. Everyone else does. Fourth one, Clive's Cafe. Little Haiti, Jamaican. No one can remember exactly when Sobre Los Verdes Cafe officially became Clive's, not even Pierline Murray, who bought the cafe in 1965 when she immigrated from Jamaica. But within a few years, Ms. Murray, known as Miss Pearl, her husband Clifford, who died in 1993, and her sister Joan Chin, switched from making grab-and-go sandwiches to the Jamaican cuisine the sisters learned from their mother back on the island. Everybody called it Clive's, after Miss Pearl's son who delivered the food, so they kept the name. Clamshell containers fly out at lunchtime, filled with stewed curry goat or tender oxtail in brown sauce, soaking into pigeon peas and rice. Ask for a hunk of yeasty cocoa bread, not on the menu, to sop up the saucy goodness. Don't skip the flaky, golden spicy beef patties or a plate of charred, tangy jerk chicken with a side of sweet plantains. Fifth one, El Mago de las Frutas. West Miami, Cuban Frutas. El Mago de las Frutas and El Rey de las Frutas are as close as Miami gets to the Pats and Geno's cheesesteak argument in Philadelphia. Here the discussion is over Frutas, Cuban-style smash burgers with roots in Havana. Traditionally, Frutas are beef patties, sometimes mixed with pork, seasoned with cumin and paprika and smashed on the griddle. They're topped with crispy pepitas, fried potato strings, and diced onions, and served on a round Cuban bun. Add a squirt of ketchup and crystal hot sauce like a local. El Rey on Southwest 8th Street is Miami's longest-running frita shop. Its founder, Victoriano Gonzalez, the self-appointed king, or rey, of fritas, taught his brother-in-law, Mr. Otelio Cardenas, how to make them in the late 1970s. Mr. Cardenas christened himself the magician of fritas, El Mago, and opened his own spot across town. Today you can find him sitting at the end of the counter every afternoon, at 89 years old, drinking a glass of wine and keeping an only in Miami tradition alive. Sixth one, Entrenos. Miami Shores, seasonal Floridian. Even Burgess and Osmal Gonzalez gave themselves a task no one thought possible: cook some of the most inventive and delicious fine dining using ingredients almost entirely from Florida. They rely on homestead farms for the produce in dishes, like a tropical stone fruit salad with rich avocados, sweet mango and meme and salty stracciatella. Oysters from Sebastian Inlet are grilled with bits of Cuban fritta and preserved cauliflower. Smoked black grouper is line caught off Florida coasts, and pigs are raised near Orlando for the aged in-house pork. The rest of the ingredients, they ferment, freeze, jar and preserve. The duo were the top sous chefs at Riot, in Coconut Grove, when it won and retained its Michelin star. The menu at Entrenos naturally always changes. Make reservations a few weeks apart for a surprise and a lesson about what it means to devote yourself to cooking locally. 7th one, Erba. Coral Gables, Italian. There is no shortage of attractive Italian restaurants at the upper end of the price scale in Greater Miami. This one, opened last year by Nivan Patel and his partner Mohammad Alkassar, stands out from the crowd with impeccable pasta, top-of-the-line porchetta, made with Iberico pork, and frisky ideas like cascio e pepe potato pave. But the biggest differentiator is the kitchen's attraction to local, seasonal ingredients, some of which come from Mr. Patel's family's farm. This being South Florida, that means translucent slices of starfruit draped over wahoo crudo, mafaldine swirled with Bahamian conch and deep orange mango sorbetto. Erba builds on the approach Mr. Patel takes at his first restaurant, Ghee Indian Kitchen, where the food reflects his family's roots in the Indian state of Gujarat. 8-1, Ghee Indian Kitchen. Kendall, Southern Indian. Search Ghee's menu for a seal that reads, Rancho Patel. That tells you the dish was created with produce grown on the chef Nivan Patel's 2-acre backyard farm in Homestead. For the rest, he turns to small, local farmers. For the last 7 years, he has turned that produce into the most original Indian cuisine in Miami, focusing on vegetable-heavy Southern Indian food. That includes seasonal vegetable curry, and backyard pakoda made with taro leaves grown in Mr. Patel's actual backyard. Chana masala might use Florida heirloom tomatoes, and other dishes are brightened with tiny, Everglade tomatoes that pop with flavor. Just as he makes the pasta at his Italian restaurant, Erba, see above, Mr. Patel makes the hack noodles on site at Ghee. What meat there is on the menu, like smoked lamb neck, comes from sustainable sources like Niman Ranch. 9th one, Happy Wine Cal 8. West Miami, Spanish. Shelves made out of 2x4s hold everything from Spanish Albarino to crystal champagne at the West Miami Wine Shop and Bar, where the owners J.C. Restrepo and Joanna Fajardo are serious about the wine, but not about how to enjoy it. Reminiscent of the lively, chaotic tavernas of Seville, Happy Wine dishes out hot and cold tapas beneath string lights and live entertainment every night of the week. More than 1,000 bottles of Iberian, Italian and French wines piled to the ceiling and walls are scrawled with the graffiti of tipsy guests, I got drunk here. Tapas include tablas of jamon pata negra, huevos rotos with house-made chips, prosciutto panini and smoky garlic gambas. Longtime fans have a standing date with the Saturday-only paella. You can even order an only in Miami pairing, caviar and croquetas. Hey, it's not called uptight wine. 10th one, Itamai Ao. Midtown Miami, Japanese Peruvian. In the hands of Nando Chang, Nake cuisine, shaped by Japanese immigrants in his native Peru, inspires dazzling strategies for drawing out the best in seafood. Consider the dainty portion of glistening ori ika he serves at his 10-seat Omaka-style counter adjacent to the sister restaurant Marty's, run by Mr. Chang's actual sister, Val. When you first bite into it, the prized species of squid feels unyieldingly firm, possibly even tough, but the sensation lasts just an instant, as the raw flesh quickly turns creamy and sweet. Those qualities ultimately shape-shift, sharpened by a huacate and roasted habanero sauce that tastes as though ponzu had been tuned to match the middle register of a baritone saxophone. Now imagine eating over a dozen courses with similar levels of intrigue at carefully calibrated levels of intensity. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support means the world to us. Thank you.